There is a voice that most of us carry. It's not loud most of the time. It doesn't announce itself. It works more quietly than that. A running commentary beneath the surface of the day. A habit of evaluation that is so constant you may have stopped noticing it as a separate thing. It has become, somewhere along the way, indistinguishable from your own thoughts. It is the voice that reviews your performance after every conversation, that finds the one thing you said that landed wrong, that compares you, your progress, your body, your life, to some standard that moves just far enough ahead of you that you can never quite reach it, that tells you in 100 small ways across the course of a day that you are behind, that you are lacking, that other people have something figured out that you haven't. You know this voice. You don't need me to describe it in any more detail, because it's already specific to you in ways I couldn't name here, but you know it. And here is what I want to say to you before we go any further. That voice is not the truth about you. It's not even your voice, not originally. It was assembled over years from things that were said and things that were withheld and comparisons that were made before you were even old enough to question them. You inherited it, you didn't choose it. And the fact that it speaks with such authority, that it sounds so much like your own thinking, does not make it accurate. It simply makes it familiar. Those are not the same thing. Find a comfortable position now. Seated or lying down, this one works either way. Let your hands rest open and close your eyes when you are ready. Take one full breath in through the nose and let it go slowly through the mouth. We are going to spend some time together with this, not to fix it in a single setting, not to arrive at the end of this meditation having solved something that you've been carrying for years. That is not what this is. What this is a beginning, an honest look at something that deserves to be looked at directly in a good light without flinching. Bring your attention inward now, not to your thoughts, to your body. I want you to think gently of a recent moment when the inner critic was active. It doesn't need to be a dramatic one. It might have been something small, a mistake at work, a look in the mirror, a moment of comparison, something you said or didn't say. Just let one moment surface, whatever comes first. Now, without replaying the story of it, without analyzing what happened or what it meant, notice what that memory does in your body right now as it surfaces. Where do you feel it? For many people, it lives in the chest. A tightening, a slight collapse inward, the body making itself smaller. For others, it's in the stomach, a heaviness or a hollow. Some people feel it in the throat, a constriction around things that were never said. Some people feel it in the shoulders, the jaw, the space just behind the eyes. Find where yours lives. You don't need to name it perfectly. Just locate it as best you can. The place in the body where self-criticism lands, where it settles, and where it has been settling for perhaps a very long time. Stay there for a moment, not to fix it or release it. We're just here to acknowledge it. This is the honest part. This sensation in your body is the real cost of that voice. Not the words it uses, not the stories it tells. This right here, the physical weight of years of not being quite good enough in your own estimation. Breathe toward it. One slow inhale, directed as best you can toward that place you found. And a slow, full exhale, not pushing anything away, just breathing right here, right now. Now I want you to do something that may feel strange. I want you to see if you can bring a quality of simple curiosity to what you found. Not sympathy, not pity, not the urge to make it better, just curiosity. The way you might look at something interesting in the natural world. This sensation has been with you. It has a shape, it has a texture. It is doing something. It is not your enemy. It is information. Take another breath toward it. And exhale completely. Here is something that took many people a long time to understand about the inner critic, and that changes everything once it lands. It is trying to protect you. Not effectively, not kindly, not in a way that actually serves you, but the criticism at its root was never designed to destroy you. It was designed somewhere in your early history to help you survive, to keep you from making mistakes that felt dangerous, to keep you acceptable to the people you needed, to keep you safe in environments where not being enough had real consequences. The problem is not its intention. The problem is that it learned one strategy and never stopped using it, long after the environments that required it were gone. It is like a security system that was installed during a difficult time and never updated. It is still running, still sounding alarms, still treating ordinary life as though the original danger is present. See if you can bring that understanding to the sensation you located in your body. What you are feeling is not a character flaw. It is not evidence that the critic is right about you. It is the imprint of an old strategy that was doing its best and outlived its usefulness. Now I want to ask you something, and I want you to let the answer come from somewhere deeper than the thinking mind. If you could speak to that part of you, not the critic, but the part of you the critic was trying to protect, the younger, more vulnerable version of yourself who learned that not being enough was something to be afraid of. What would you want them to know? You don't have to find words. The knowing is enough. Let it be felt rather than spoken. Breathe slowly, in through the nose and out through the mouth, long and complete. Whatever arose in that space, even if it was nothing, even if it was just quiet, that quiet is itself significant. The critic is loud. The thing underneath it, the part that simply wants to be met with kindness, rarely gets a word in. You just gave it one. There is something I want to offer you now. Not as an affirmation you are meant to repeat until you believe it. Not as a positive thought to place over the top of a negative one. Something quieter than that. Right now, in this moment, you exist. You are breathing. Your heart is beating without being asked. Your body is doing 10,000 things simultaneously that you will never have to think about or earn. You are here. You have been here your entire life. Through everything the critic said, through every failure and every fall short and every moment of comparison. You are here for it all, present, continuing, and enough to keep going. The critic evaluates. That's all it knows how to do. But evaluation is not the deepest truth about you. It's a layer, a very loud, very convincing, very familiar layer, but it is not the ground. The ground is simpler than that. The ground is just this right here, the fact of your own presence, which requires no justification and no improvement to be real. Let your awareness rest in that for a moment. Not the story of your life, not your performance or your progress or your place in the hierarchy the critic has constructed, just the simple, unchallengeable fact that you are here, breathing, present. This is not something you have to earn. You cannot earn it. It was never contingent on things the critic told you it was contingent on. It has been true your entire life. It is true right now. You are not behind. You are not lacking. You are not the gap between where you are and where you think you should be. You are the one who is here, doing their best in a life that is harder and more complicated than anyone's highlight reel suggests. This is not a small thing. This is, in fact, everything. Take a slow, full breath in and let it go. Begin to let your awareness expand back outward to the room around you, the sounds, the temperature of the air, the weight of your body supported and held. Take a slightly deeper breath. Let the body begin to wake gently back up to the world. Before you open your eyes, I want to offer you one practical thing to carry with you. The inner critic will speak again today, probably soon. This is not a failure. It is simply what it does. But the next time it speaks, see if you can create just a small amount of distance between its voice and your response to it. Not to fight it, not to argue with it, simply to notice it, the way you noticed it here. And to remember that a voice, however loud and however familiar, is not the same thing as the truth. You have done something real in these last several minutes. You looked at something most people spend enormous energy avoiding. You located it in your body. You brought curiosity to it rather than more criticism. That takes more courage than what it sounds like, and it's worth acknowledging quietly, without fanfare, as something that you did. Now let's bring some gentle movement in, fingers, toes, a slow breath or two to call yourself fully back. Take one final breath together, in through the nose, slow and complete, and out through the mouth, all the way. Open your eyes when you are ready. Go gently back into your day. The critic will have opinions about it. You don't have to agree. You were enough before this meditation began. You will be enough when it's over. Nothing that happened in between changed that. It only helped you see it a little more clearly.